we embrace exciting energy this weekend. Okay, oh my gosh, this weekend, it represents a crossroads, a moment where desire for change, for growth, for a deeper understanding of ourselves, the world around us, it reaches this crescendo. Okay, where we are yearning for clarity or to make some sense out of our thoughts and our emotions. We're craving the freedom to explore new ideas, to engage in stimulating conversations that hopefully will challenge our perspectives, to broaden our horizons. And alongside of our dreams and desires lingers this underlying current of uncertainty because, the fear of the unknown, that can sometimes paralyze us. It keeps us tethered to the familiar. It stagnates us. So, this weekend I ask you to embrace a childlike energy. Okay? Let it emerge. Let your inner child come out and play. To trust in yourself, to trust in a higher power, to guide your heart through curiosity, to unlock the possibilities of your tomorrow and the realization of your dreams. So join me as we embark on a journey of self-discovery. We will learn and understand how to embrace this energy, to move forward today and every day. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. Welcome to your weekend focus for December 14th and 15th, 2024. I didn't think I was going to be able to make this video. Of course, I'm rushing and I'm trying to complete it because, and I don't say it very often, I usually don't tell you when these things are happening in my life, but it is my birthday on the 14th. So I'm trying to get everything pre-done. So it's a big number for me. So full of celebration, a rebirth of who I am and who I am stepping into, becoming. So it is the big 60 for me. It is the 60th, my 60th birthday now. So and start signing up for those extra government checks and all that jazz. Anyways, so I'm trying to get everything done because I have a weekend of gala and celebration to attend to. Anyways, and I'm running out of time, and I didn't think I was going to get it done because, of course, Mercury retrograde got in the way and completely shut down my internet for like the last 4.5 hours. Then I had a couple of videos to do for you. So, yesterday's and this weekend. So, and getting the series, part of the series done for each day. Anyways, back to you. Okay, so Saturday we have the energy of the 14. The 14 is about balance, bringing in that balance, understanding what is right for us, what is aligned with who we are becoming. Do we have balance in our life? Do we feel a sense of confidence, a sense of strength in who we are and what we're doing and where we're going? 14 is also about simplicity, having more by having less. Do we need all that we have around us, or has it become clutter in our life? Is it time to declutter in some way our world, our minds? Maybe we're just taking in too much of those real life murder mysteries or something, and it's consuming our thoughts, and actually things aren't going so well in our life and we can't figure it out, but it's because we're constantly letting that kind of energy into our conscious and subconscious. So maybe watch a comedy or two. 1 + 4 is a 5. The 5 energy is about creating giggles, laughter, joy, celebration, just in the moment kind of happiness and joy that we can find in our everyday experience, and celebrating it. Allowing, we have this creative energy, this birthing energy. We're busy, we're on the move. We want to allow our inner expression to shine. We want the world to be a softer, more beautiful place, and we aim to make it that way. If we look at the daily numerology for Saturday, it would be a 3 + I don't edit. 3 plus 5 plus 8. That's a 16 energy, and that is about awakenings. That is about seeing the truth or an understanding for the first time ever, and understanding that a whole part of that clutter doesn't matter anymore. And you're able to clear away or step away from it with an ease, knowing that you're going in the right direction, knowing that you are now more in alignment with your goals, your dreams, your desires. 1 plus 6 is a 7 energy, and that is all about creating harmony, beauty, balance in our environments, in our relationships. Now on Sunday, we have the energy of the 15. The 15 is, where we feel, like I see us in, we're in a dungeon and our leg is chained, with those big metal clamps and heavy chains to the cave wall, the dungeon wall. And we feel so like we can't go forward. Or maybe you see, I also see you're a child and you're sitting in the corner and you've painted yourself. You're sitting there with a paintbrush and a can of paint, and you realize that you have painted yourself into a corner and you cannot move. You're trapped. And so the 15 energy is about understanding why we allow those fears in, why we allow those anxieties, why we allow those limitations in our life, and how to move past them, move through them, and become stronger and more capable and more resilient because of it. So be the phoenix rising out of the ashes. 1 plus 5 is a 6, and that is about our habits and our behaviors, what aligns with our goals, what supports us. What has value are all things that we need to look at in our habits, in how we act, our behavior. Are we the ones that every time we get a compliment, we say, oh, this whole thing? Or, oh, anybody can do that? Why do you undermine your own, undermine a compliment coming in? Why do you feel you're not worthy of that compliment in some way? Why do you downplay it? Rather than embracing your authenticity and just smiling and saying thank you. If we look at the daily numerology for Sunday, it'd be a 3 plus a 6 plus an 8. A 17 energy then. So the 17 energy is making the impossible possible. So everything is possible. The possibilities are endless whenever a 17 energy shows up. It renews our sense of hope, of wanting to go forward. It ignites our passions, the things that motivate us to move forward into our dreams, our desires. And yes, everybody in the world might tell you that you shouldn't or you couldn't or you mustn't. But if you can see it, in your mind, then you're being drawn to it for some reason. And you need to go into exploration of that. Absolutely. 1 plus 7 is an 8 energy, and that is about growing your prosperity. The 8 energy is all about growing your prosperity, your stature, looking for ways to do that, or walking a path that reflects that. Sun is in Sagittarius, our moon is in Gemini, and we have 2 dynamic energies to talk about, and I'm going to go really fast. I'm going to try and give you the short version here. Usually when I say that, the video is 10 times longer. But in saying that, Mercury finally goes stationary direct. And we have our Gemini full moon. So, okay, let's start with Mercury stationary direct. Okay, so we can now start to expect a smoother flow to our thoughts, our voice, our communications with one another. We gain a clarity, we gain a focus. But we have to have a patience with this energy. Okay, right now Mercury stands stationary, okay? So it's like it was on a pendulum and it has swung back, and now it holds there slowly, and then it'll start to pick up speed, and then it'll be going direct. So, I think that takes about 10 to 14 days for that transition to happen. So allow this energy, have a patience for this energy, and this, we still might have some misunderstandings. We still might have some lingering energies of the Mercury retrograde as we rewalk some of those steps that we have walked twice now. But it won't be long. It won't be long before we start feeling the energy, feel more confident to make those important, informed now decisions, to take action on our goals, our priorities. We also have the full moon in Gemini at 23 degrees. Now, the 23 energy is about believing, having a faith that there is a greater energy around you, helping you to go into with a safety, with a protection, with a guidance to where you need to be. So whether it is your higher self, God, your maker, the universe, your angels, your guides, wherever you turn to for that guidance, for that direction, know that they're there, have a faith and a belief, and also having a faith and belief in yourself, in your own abilities, in your own magic, your talents, who you are, your unique self. And 2 plus 3 is a 5. And the 5 energy is all about the giggles and laughters in the present moment, right? Being mindful of all the things that bring us joy in this world. So any full moon is about closure, completions, endings, and healings, right? But this is a time when we can look back on our smaller goals. You know, the goals we set maybe during the new moon in Sagittarius, and looking at our accomplishments, celebrating our accomplishments. But we also want to look at any steps we made with our long-term goals. Okay, now celebrate those things, celebrate those steps, celebrate every experience. Okay, this is the energy that we really need to attach ourselves to. Now, where didn't we accomplish what we set out to do? And why, and what needs to change? And this is not a blaming thing or a criticism thing that we do with ourselves. We just simply look at it, we state it, we keep the emotion out of it, and we look at it logically. And okay, so what held me back? What needs to change? And be a little flexible in trying different things, different approaches. Okay, keep it light. Keep allow it to let curiosity lead your heart, to motivate you, to inspire you, to fill you with passion. Okay, the Gemini energy is kind of like a child in the playground. And 1 minute they're in the sandbox, but then you see them going down the slide, and oh my gosh, they're on the monkey bars now. What are they doing way back there at the home plate? What are they doing by the tennis court? Oh my gosh, now they're on the swings. There they are on the teeter-totters. It's about investigating and exploring and trying everything, just a sample of everything. It's like being at a tasting, and you're going to be really full when you're done, but you're going to taste just a little bit of everything. It's like 2 mouthfuls, maybe a third. It's like going through Costco and they give you those little paper cups with the sample in it. Just enough to get you to the next one and the next one. So it's kind of like with our habits, with our behaviors, with our expectations, and how they align with our steps, and how they align with where we're going forward, and understanding the path that we're walking, and understanding what our path we could walk going forward. So allow things to inspire you, to fill you with passion, and understand what held you back. Was it time? Was it money? Was it resources? Was it something in your environment? Was it fear? Was it anxiety? Was it a perceived limitation? Okay, this full moon gives us the time to leave what hasn't worked in the rearview mirror. So get out and socialize. Socialize, you have to have fun, but with purpose as well. Network, join an interest group or a charitable organization that sparks your passions. Sign up for a workshop, take a course, learn something new, try something new. And then we can fine-tune it as we go forward, but this isn't a time for fine-tuning. This is just like sampling a whole bunch of different ideas and seeing what works well, what has flow, what has constraints. Now, as the full moon waxes in the sign of Gemini, we're presented with this profound opportunity. We're being invited to embrace the duality that resides within us, to find harmony between where we need to be rational but also lean into our intuition, where we need to be practical and yet bring in imagination, and to what extent. So it is a time to unleash our curiosity, to let our minds soar, our voices heard, to cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and our relationships with others. This energy asks us to ignite our passions, to overcome our fears, to embark on a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Okay, let's go to the cards. Okay, underlining energy for this incredible energy is, look at this, the Knight of Swords. Okay, so the Knight of Swords, okay, if you can imagine you are a knight. Okay, now you're not dressed like a knight. You didn't take the time to prepare, but you're a knight. So you're young and you're going to make mistakes, and that's cool because we'll just learn more ways of not doing it and figuring out the right way in the best way possible. You know how sometimes we have to walk through the experience to really understand the experience. It's like you don't respect your parents in a certain way until you become a parent in certain parts of that relationship. Now you are a knight and you are going through this dense forest. Sometimes it just looks like it's dark all the time because the canopy of the trees block the sun, block the stars and the moon. And you've had to dismount from your horse and walk it because there is no path. You had to kind of make your path as you went. Sometimes you felt like you're going in circles. And now you come out and you hit this huge clearing. And the horizon is there in front of you. And it's so wide, and there's no limitations, there's no obstacles, there's no nothing. There's just you and the horizon. And you jump onto your horse, you jump onto that stallion, and you raise your sword and you yell, "Charge." Okay? This is the kind of energy. Now, I don't really want you to do that. We have to kind of pull it back. We have to rein it in a little bit and think things through. But we have been through a long period of having to think things through. So there is a lot of definite action that can happen here. But as we go forward, we may not have seen those pitfalls, those lessons to be learned, those obstacles, those limitations, those fears popping up later in our journey. But for now, it is seeing the way forward, embracing the way forward. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. I kind of get this card as, we have a pentacle in each one of our hands. So both sides are of equal value. And we have two ships coming in, identical. Okay, one holds some dreams and desires. The other one holds different dreams and desires. Two different paths to walk. We're at a crossroads almost, and we are up on the cliff and we are looking down on these ships coming in. So our dreams, our goals, our desires are so within our grasp of stepping into the experience here because we're waiting for these boats to come in and dock. But here's the catch when this card shows up. Not making a decision is not a good idea. We have to make a decision. We don't want to leave not being on either boat. So we need to decide, our priorities of where we want to put our focus, where we want to put our attention, and allow in this childlike energy to explore the different ways that we could do that. Not carving anything into stone, but rather saying, I'm going to go for a ride on this boat. and see what happens. And if not, well, it'll come back into dock and I'll get off and I'll embark on a new course of action. But for now, I want to go on this ride. I want to see where this takes me. I want to have fun with the experience. I don't want to get so stressed about, it being so paramount that I make these choices and I make these decisions, that I'm going to relax a little bit, unwind a little bit, allow my path to expose itself to me as I go in search of it. Okay, our next card is the Judgment card. Well, this is, if there ever was a card, the death and rebirth. The death of who we have been, what we used to do, who we used to be, and the now. The rebirth of who we are going forward, what we do, what we say, how we act, where we put our focus, where we put our attention. This is about rewards coming in for your past actions. This is definitely a card that says don't judge yourself for your past actions. Don't allow those things to define you, but rather let it be your scars to show your worth, to show your value, to show your strength, to show your courage to yourself, of who you have become because of those moments. And we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant, you know what? The answers lie within, absolutely. Okay. This is a time to definitely lean towards God, your maker, the universe, source, your angels, your guides, your higher self. To sit in quiet contemplation, to meditate, to journal, to pray. To ponder over where you are and where you want to go. To go within and recognize your strength, your courage, your wisdom. Those things we take for granted about who we are when we need to be. And to realize, not realize, but to embrace them. To be strong in who you are. To be authentic in who you are. So this is a time to really talk about, seemingly with yourself, of where you really want to go forward, where you want to put your priorities, and this is a time to definitely try things out. But with the Hierophant there, it's like a spiritual wisdom. It's about following our intuition. It's about following our gut. It's allowing our heart to be led by curiosity, to see what it unfolds, and then saying yes to the experience. Okay, let's get an oracle card. I'm so behind. It's so late and I have so much yet to do. Oh my goodness. And I don't even know how I'm going to get this video up and loaded and all the jazz that has to go with it, because that's just as much work as doing the video itself. So, but I'm going to do it. I don't know how. I hope you see this video someday. Renewal of peace, the 13 energy. Look at that. The 13 energy shows up. So a little bit of aftermath from yesterday, because our Friday, I should say, depending on when you watch this, because Friday, we had December the 13th. So anyways, renewal of peace. Renewal of peace. So just go to the numerology part and listen to what I had to say about the 13th, because I think I explained it quite well that day. So I'm not going to go back into it because I'm in a hurry and I know that this is already a long video. It is important to maintain peace with all aspects of your life, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. Inner imbalances can often manifest in our daily life if we don't take time to take care of ourselves. It doesn't matter whether or not your imbalance is a negative one. Being overly optimistic to the point of believing yourself to be invincible can also lead to its own challenges. Balance is best achieved through listening to yourself, to your body, to your inner guidance, Take time for yourself. Allow your inner power to heal and return you to being peace-filled. This will assist you and make you stronger. So it definitely is a very strong message that was relayed on Friday. So that energy is still alive and around us. So pay a little bit more attention to that. Go back to the other video and just watch even just the numerology part where I talked about the 13. Maybe you can grasp it, but a little bit of that, of the energy as well, is playing a part still as the weekend progresses. Okay, here we go with an animal, and of course we will do a Journey of Love card because it is a full moon energy. We have design your space with the squirrel. Well, look at him sitting there. Design your space, and he's got that, it looks like a Christmas bulb to me, so how fitting that he makes his appearance. 'Tis the season. Okay, we have the little squirrel here, or whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate. My true worry is that you don't celebrate you enough. Okay. Rearrange, renovate, feng shui, action, and clean. You may have to break something up to make way for something new. Squirrel wants you to get going on that home improvement project that you've been putting off. If it isn't a remodel, it could simply be that you need to work on rearranging your home, possibly your office, in a manner that is less chaotic and cluttered and more aligned with peace, balance, and harmony. You may need to call a consultant or possibly check out a book on the topic of decluttering that can assist you in finding the right flow for your space. Squirrel is adding a red Christmas ornament to adorn her home. The color red is often used to express passion and love, but sometimes also anger and jealousy. Make certain that the colors you use within your area bring in positive energy, that you don't accidentally add something that would invoke negativity. By properly personalizing your space, you bring a warmth of higher energy to your area. I think that's it for squirrel. So, colors, somebody said the other day in the comments how they like the way that, I always had certain colors happening, and I do it on purpose. What I wear, I look in my drawers and I'm like, okay, what color am I wearing? What kind of jewelry am I going to put with this? And what rocks am I going to wear? What kind of energy do I want to be strong for this reading, for the channeling of this reading? So, and so if you're wearing red, red is the meaning of authority. So if you're going to be standing and giving a presentation, sometimes you're going to be wearing that red tie. Or if you really want a calm and serene environment, you're going to wear pastels. If you're in mourning, you're going to wear black. So if you really want to be grounded that day, you're going to do earth tones and, bring out the chestnuts and the maroons and, all the deep colors, the crimson reds and the browns and the blacks and the grays. If you want to raise your energy, then wear something like a yellow or an orange. Get the flare going. Celebrate you. Color, purple's my favorite. Purple's my favorite color. Although I can't rock it as well as I would like to, I'll still wear it because sometimes it's purple. Sometimes it's gold. Sometimes it's silver, black, brown, yellow, green, pink. So pay attention to the colors that surround you and the colors that you're deciding to wear each day. Yeah, I love sitting and people watching. And so I'll sit on a bench and I'll see a family coming and they're all dressed in some kind of like navy blue I'm pretty sure either the whole family's feeling the exact same way or mom picked out the outfits for the day. So they all seem to match in some way. When mom got out their outfits, she was putting her feelings onto, what they were wearing. Anyways, Journey of love. Shakti. Shakti. I believe that's how you would pronounce it. It's a 19 energy. I don't even know what to say to this card except you should see the fire energy I see here. And yet, almost like we're being forged into a lighter, brighter version of who we are. A spiritual growth almost during this time as well. So 19 is us. It's the I am. It's realizing our accomplishments and how we have grown into the person we are, and willing to step outside the comfort zone and go into our new beginnings, knowing that we can accomplish if we put our minds to it. So here's the card. I will hold it up for you while I read. I don't know if I got the pronouncing right for that. If I didn't, well, proved I'm human. Look at it's like a close up. Oh, wait a second here. Here's the book. Okay, it's like a close up of that orb, right? Look at that. Okay. Get the book out. I'm all excited here. I don't think I've ever had this card before. Or it's been so long that I have forgotten it. Okay, I'm going to read the poem first. And then we'll go into the description. I will not go I don't try and describe anything in the card ever, because this book, I couldn't do it justice, I tell you. Not only is the artist phenomenal, but the author as well. I have watched you hurting and felt helpless to make life better for you. Loving you is having to make choices to let you be who you are, who you become, and all the who's yet to come. To love you is to ride the waves of your passionate embrace of life, ever mindful of the change in the wind and the occasional tempest brewing. Loving you is having to make choices, knowing it isn't my fault. I can still choose to take it personally, or just be, while I listen and watch you unfold. Your heart is a beauty I will always love. It's the part of you that hasn't changed much over time. And when I lie beside you and I hear you breathe, when I touch your skin or caress your hair, you are timeless, and I choose loving you. Shakti is a divine feminine fire. She is the body awakened within the light. She is the divine feminine, and she is the Kundalini, the energetic force that moves through us, triggered by love that leads to enlightenment of our body. With our Kundalini coming alive within us, we cannot remain as we once were. It's impossible. We may try to lead the same lives, be the same in our relationship patterns, and perhaps even behave properly, but it simply cannot be done. Soon our disguise slips and people wonder, what happened to her? What got into him? We are on fire with the divine, and we cannot help but misbehave. We are no longer satisfied with trying to be the good child or fearing we are the bad child. We know ourselves instead to be the divine child. The child divine lives fully and with passion, passionate fire. Not doing things the way they're supposed to be done, perhaps, but living instead from the heart. Our body may ache as we burn through old pain, and sometimes the light within may seem so bright it blinds us for a moment. But that will pass, and the misbehaving will suddenly be seen for what it is. The old rules don't just fit anymore. You don't plug a globe capable of illuminating the whole world in a bedside reading lamp without burning down the house. Best to let the light shine as it were meant to, in the big arena. Shakti is making your light grow, beloved. Be prepared to shine brighter. This oracle brings you a message. You're going through energetic shifts in your subtle anatomy. Because your energy body and physical body have already begun to merge with each other, the energetic shifts will affect your physical body too. It is always wise to consult a healthcare practitioner, but at least some of your physical challenges at the moment, from aches and pains and tiredness, are due to an energetic awakening. Take responsible action as you feel is necessary, such as tending to your physical well-being with health care that feels supportive. But also remember to rest, get time in nature, and nurture your body as it is spiritually awakening into a greater light. So know that what you are experiencing right now is just growing pains. Growing pains to who you are becoming, to the next steps that you are taking, to the horizon you see as you raise your sword and yell charge. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.